Hello and welcome to episode 8 already. So in the last one we have seen the defeat of the assault carrier armies the second time. Here in India we had to nuke Ahmedabad here once to be able to defeat them. Actually we also had to throw a nuke here in Belém. So it's a bit nuked here in Brazil, but it's fine I guess. We are going to see the reconquest of India probably in this episode because my armies are currently healing up here in the US, and when they are fully healed up, I will return them to India and continue our conquest here. Meanwhile, the Project Mars is ongoing. We are going to need the Marine Company barracks here to get enough population. We are currently at 6,000. We can use a little bit of a trick when the Marine barracks is done. So let's just wait until it's done. Oh yeah, we need this one. Tier 2 science will come in soon. Well, I have to check the rockets which we want to use later. I'm not sure. Hydrobiology is also something we want to do as soon as possible. And
target destroyed.
So here we go. Marine Company barracks done. We go back into research stuff. There we go. So what we can do here now is relatively straightforward. I think it works this way. If not, well, then I learned something as well. So what we can do here is we can now use the Marine Company barracks. There we go. Just remember, we're at 6199. If I use them here, 1, 2, then we are suddenly at 6493. So it went up. The population from the modules under construction are counted towards the threshold. However, we can still cancel it. If we let time pass, we are no longer able to cancel it. So that's the trick here in the end. Because, yeah, it's a funny trick. I'm not sure that I actually want a Marine Company barracks on my bases, because I think that we are going to just take out all opposition around Mars, so we don't need to bother with Marine strength here, although the ops income would be nice. So probably I'm going to keep a handful of bases with Marines, just to get an additional 30 to 40 ops income, because that should solve all the issues we have with targeting aliens. But I'm not going to do this on all bases. So basically what I'm going to do now is go through all of those here, use my little exploit to artificially bump up the population. We do have the resources to do this. That's why it was also important that we had enough time to mine stuff here. So this, let's see where we are now. 6,800, we are close. Let's hope it's enough in the end, with all the bases we own. Here are already some that have a Marine Company. Those are probably the ones I'm going to keep. Okay, there we go. That was Mars, and we are now at 10,000, so that worked. And the fun part is now that we can still cancel it, if we want to. Now what we can do now is get the research campus going. This one is 200 crew. So even if we replace this one, we will not drop down to below 10,000. So basically, I'm going to, however, place it here and cancel this one. Here we go. And now I have to go through all the bases to put a research campus on everyone. And then we will get, on the November 21st, we are going to get 60 research from each of those campuses. It's going to be costly in regards to money and mission control upkeep. That should be fine. The only issue I'm seeing right now is that we are exceeding 600 crew. So we maybe want to get a farm over here. That's an issue. Because this means that we also... Ooh. We also need more energy. In short, I need to get another mirror station going to get more energy into our bases. But that's okay. Our nano factory will be completed on the 11th of June. So what I can do is I can put up another orbital around Mars, put mirrors on it, to get even more energy into our solar arrays here. I have to calculate how much we are going to need here to make this work. So I have to do some micro now to build all our bases in the same template and see where we are afterwards. So let me just do this for like 10 minutes, fixing my bases here. Okay, here we are, and our Mars hub is in progress. We have almost 10,000 population here now, 11,000 I mean. And all our bases here now have a research campus ongoing. I also colonized the remaining 2 sites here and put a settlement core there. Now I have to fill up the remaining slots with research modules, which I'm partially researching here, like life science, material science, to get all research bonuses to 50% plus from modules. That's our goal. I also started reworking the station around Earth. So here I made a new station, which is an upgrade to the information science station, which we have 2 times here. I'm not sure why I did that. I could have just upgraded one of those. Didn't think clearly for a second there. But doesn't matter, we are going to then to repurpose one of these stations probably into a shipyard, because that's what we're also going to need eventually. So the xenology labs will also be upgraded soon, material labs as well, and then this one is also without purpose. So a lot of restructuring will continue now and will be ongoing. I also need energy labs, not around Earth, but at least on Mars, to get really all the research benefits we want. We are now at 40,000 income of science per year. So pretty good. And we are now going to decide on the first ship design. So we are going to make a few ships with rockets, because I want to take out an alien ship for the quest. Currently nothing is flying towards Earth, but that will change eventually. So I need to research one of the rocket projects or missile project that we have unlocked here. I'm leaning towards maybe the Viper here. Yeah, maybe the Viper. I read about it, might be a thing. Alternatively, it will be something like the Artemis again, or something like what I didn't try yet. I'm not sure what I want to go for. So yeah, I have to try out a bit of new stuff here. And then after the rockets, we are probably going to go for a mixture of coil guns and lasers. So what I want to push is the UV arc laser technologies, as in my academy campaign. However, we are, of course, lack the research output to go into fusion straight away. So I'm going to probably go for a proper ship design with lasers first, and then into fusion and titans. The question is still, okay, how much science can we actually pull out of Mars and so on? So the baseline here will be, we do have 16 bases, each of that will produce around 80 science. So because we will have a research campus with 60 output, and then 2 research centers with 20 output total. That will be in total then 80 science per base. Assuming we can scale up the bases again later, for which we need to break our pact with the resistance, or we can maybe try to buy them. Yeah, then we will have, let's say we take this one, then we are at 17, 18, 19, we would be at 19. And the next quest will allow us to have, I mean, Jupiter here will allow us to have 21 mining bases. So maybe we can buy 2 bases from the Resistance. That would be then perfect. I should try to negotiate with them, because we have to improve relations anyway, because we are down to in conflict. Not good. But yeah, then we have 21 bases with 80 output each. So, again, math while recording, always a bad idea. I think that's 1680. Is that correct? Yes. 1680 baseline size per month. So based on this, we would go up to like 5, 6, 7k because this is before modifiers. Oh, I forgot something. I have to change the design here again. Because what I want to do is research the admin, not admin tower, but something in this direction. Administrative. No, it's tower. No, complex is tier 3. For which we still need white color automation. But then I want to at least put the tier 1 version in it. Because I want to get the control point bonus here. That would be awesome. And then later the administration complex, which I want to put around Earth. That gives us 30 control points each and 2 mission control. For a lot of boost and money, but money will not be a problem long term. Boost also not. You can build boost per investment and so on. And I want the mission control and the control points. So that's going to be our long-term goal. That each station around Earth has that. I think the admin module already is researched. So could I build that already? Let's see. Yeah, administration node is done. Okay, I have to go through this again. No, we can only decommission by now. Bad. Okay, I have to math this out if we actually have enough energy. If I get rid of one of these research modules here, maybe to put instead an admin building here. Yeah, that's something I need to do. That's important. And here we go. The universities are finishing, or research campuses. So the first ones are wrapping up here in the first 5 or 6 bases here. So that's really nice. And we can see here that the output of research is now already at 4.4k. There are a lot more research campuses coming in here. However, also our economy problem will only get worse now. We do have roughly enough money for 2 years. And I have to solve this either by going into, for example, funding here, or accept that I have to spoil in the future to resolve this, because I don't want to build even more nanofactories here. That's already relatively expensive in our budget for resources, and we need to build up a stockpile for the future fleet that we have to build. So I really have to find a solution for the money problem, and of course also that will be an issue when we start building ships properly. I have started to build a few missile escorts here, and 3 of those at Earth. They are also almost done. They have 2 Viper missiles modules here, and then they are ready to shoot something down. And I want to shoot down a ship here in orbit of Earth. There is an alien ship here. I want to see if we can take this one out. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I want to. And that should be possible in a few days as well. I think it's around 10 or something. 8, 22, 22 days. So it's relatively soon. Meanwhile, my army returns home from India.
With all due respect,
I was only able to take 1 province there before I had to heal again. So I want to get the grid drive now. That's going to be the next objective for me. Grid drive requires a solid coefficient reactor 1. We got that. Carbon nanotubes, we got that. Ion drive is missing. So we need electrostatic stuff. Electrostatic propulsion. Here we go. Let's get the ion drive going. That should be helpful. Solar mirror array, definitely something we want to research as soon as possible, because that will simplify the energy production around Mars. So, more research campuses coming in. They each cost 50, I think, so yeah, we are going to go broke here pretty soon, and I really have to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, our research bonuses are near perfect. So I don't really need anything. But I'm just checking it regularly. Just to see what comes up and maybe we can optimize stuff.
Ready for orders.
Okay, what can we do here now? We can flip someone. Nah, he's 25 loyalty, so can we just take him out? Does he have something that makes him... Ah. Okay, so he is prominent through this. So we're going to just...
We'll grab them.
Fetch him.
Reporting in. I'm here.
Then I'm going to use you.
Reporting in.
So we want Arrakis. Ooh, it's 18%. Let's try it.
Targeting their
If we can take it out, we can remove the best espionage agent that the servants have. That would be my goal here. If that's possible, we can remove a very strong one from them. Although 25 loyalty is of course nothing we can turn as humanity first, but we can take it out. So that's a thing as well. Okay.
Initiating contact. Fight your petty wars if you must.
Continuing to bribe people.
Do not interfere with the great exodus.
How about some water? I want to get out of wary from him.
Contact.
They're still wary
We wish
here.
that you would see your extremism harms the very people we're trying to protect.
I want them to get nice with me. Because then we can... Then I can maybe get the one or two more stations on Mars from them. That would be the goal here. Also necessary. More research coming in. There's the first missile escort. Augmenting learning done. Don't need the... We should get this one out of the way, but we don't need to boost this with 3 here. Instead, I think I want to push the grid drive now. Ooh, panic. No, I'm not going to take unrest plus 3. Democracy score. How much do we care about democracy in India? Actually, we want to go down. So, lower is better. Okay, there we go. We got him. And we got the orc. Good. Now we need to sell something, apparently. Yeah, this one can go. Awesome. 4.7k. 4.8. Going up constantly. Ooh. Gold metal armor. Something we want as well. Right now we still have unarmored escorts. I think I want to get the boost bonuses now. Just so that we can build up a bit more boost income for the mining orcs that will come eventually. Ouch! That's not good for the academy. How did they do this? It must have been alien agents or something. That's ugly because now they will pull out Russia out of the war. And who else? And I am afraid that they will not be able to reclaim this, which is annoying. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's not good. That's totally not good. Towards Mars. I'm not prepared to defend Mars yet. Ooh, that's not good. So I'm not going to destroy the ship in Earth orbit right now. I don't want to provoke them even further. But this reminds me that we definitely need to start constructing on Mars as well. So we are going to go for the escorts first. Around... Let's go for Mars here. There we go. Get them as well. Just in case. But 90 days is of course a lot more than 24 days. So we don't know what happens. I'm going to jump forward to see what happens here. Okay, 28th of January 2012. We do have visitors here on Earth. There has been a fleet coming towards us. It's 2 ships, 2 escorts here. I'm not sure what they will do. Maybe they will attack us. The good thing is that they are only missile ships. So let's see. Foxtrot. Oh, that's our fleet, right? That's our missile escorts here. Okay. That's fine, actually. The thing is, if I know the... Yeah, that was to be expected. Reject. If I remember the missile AI from the aliens correctly, they will do a hit and run tactic. So what we need to do now is defend. The reason for this is relatively simple. They will not... we will not be able to catch them. Because they will... Let's see if they will do this. Let's go here. And let's observe. They will probably shoot their missiles and then turn around and try to flee. That's usually what they do if they don't have any other escort ships or any other ships with them. So let's see. Almost at 1,000 kilometers. There we go. Yeah, they are shooting stuff here. So... And then they probably turn around at this point here. Yeah, as we can see here, they will turn around. So what we are going to do now is defend against this, and we are not going to destroy the fleet here. Because we probably can't catch them with our missiles anyway. So now we are just going to go into defensive here. They will shoot missiles here. Let's go to our ships. You can see here, a lot of missiles are coming out of our ship. They are going extremely slow because they will only accelerate defensively when the missiles are close. The problem is that if we would accelerate, I don't think that the torpedoes or the missiles here would be able to defend against these torpedoes because everything is way too fast. They are accelerating and we would need to accelerate against this and target properly. This way, with the convoy, we can not we, but the missiles can refocus properly on all of these torpedoes here, or missiles, whatever it is. So we can see here. Yeah. Nice. Even a few missiles left, probably. Yeah, as we can see here, they are flying wherever they want to. I don't think that they can catch anything here. But we can see. Could they fly here? Let's see, is there anything that will come out of nowhere? Oh yeah, there was a missile. So they were still in range, but... Oh, I'm looking the wrong direction. That's from here. Yeah, I think that was it. But then we didn't really deal damage, so let's just auto-resolve the rest here. There we go, they took a bit of damage. Woo, we got influence for it. Nice. So we are going to resupply. And let's see if we are faster than the aliens.
Speculate about where these
Ooh, railguns. Nice. We are going in the direction of the pulsar drive, which is the particle beam. While we go for lasers as well. Well, let's see. 9th of January. Are the aliens still there? Yes, they are still here. So let's try to engage them. Maybe that works. Why would they want to fight? There we go. Done. We don't need to fight this, of course. Except, we got a promotion. Damage control officer, that's boring. We want 1 for damage. We got alien spacecraft salvaged. We got an avian alien corpse. Pretty good. So all of that is now done, and now we can launch back home, refuel, and wait for our other ships to finish. We do have a few more ships under construction here. These are also the missile ships that we just saw, but I also made a torpedo escort class. The difference to the missile class, the torpedoes is using the Apollo. Viper is the missile, Apollo is the torpedo. And this deals a bit more damage, but of course has only 9 shots. The idea is that we can maybe combine them, so that if there is a bigger ship, we have some torpedoes to deal with those. And the small ships to, the small missiles to distract the point defense and so on. If that really will work out, I don't know. But it's the general idea that I'm trying to follow here. Furthermore, we are going into infrared combat lasers here. This will lead into the visible combat lasers and then later the ultraviolet combat lasers. We are going to go down this path now with haste. And I have to see what kind of ships we want to make out of this. Maybe a battle cruiser with a nose laser to deal with the ships. Maybe a battle cruiser with a railgun. I'm not 100% sure yet. Or a battleship with railguns. Maybe. The problem is we basically only have terrible drives. So we want the particle beam for the pulsar drive, which is the decent defensive drive for around Earth. And we do have theoretically everything in place to get the grid drive. The grid drive will then enable us to, for example, hunt down the servants in the asteroid belt, which is something I want to do. And probably we also want to hunt down the protectorate. So let's see, we want to see the servants. They don't have a lot yet, but this mine is now operational for them. I don't like this. Hephaestus, we are going to go there, take it out and sell it probably. And make a station here. It's lunar orbit, okay. And the same for the protectorate. They do have a lot of stations though. I'm not sure how many are ground stations. Yeah, quite a lot of those. We are going to hunt down everything that can mine over time. But as we can see here, they are building a lot of mining outposts by now, which we really have to... Yeah, I don't know. We want to destroy Phobos, but we lost our Marines. We need to make a new Marine class ship around Mars to take out Phobos. I forgot about this. That was a bad idea. Was a mistake in the end. But yeah, that's roughly the plan. And meanwhile, we prepare our combat ships and our defensive fleets, of course. I'm not sure how we get to Jupiter with what kind of drive. We could try the grid drive, and we would have to build a nimble fleet, which means like destroyers, frigates, and monitors. We could try it just to get a base going and trigger the aliens to attack there instead of Mars, for example. But we don't really have that much mission control. The other alternative is we try to rush science. The problem is we are already rushing science for the 2003 scenario. Yeah, only 9 years in, pretty good. But the problem is that we're probably going to get to like 6,000 here. But then this is the end of the line for our Mars hub. We have research campuses and so on. We could make, of course, more research campuses here, but that will cost only even more mission control, and we are already staffed for this. Every base we currently have here is relatively equal in mission control. Yeah, it's actually equal, 0. So this is self-sustaining, but that's about it. And we are only getting mission control from the US currently, India, which we are reconquering, and a tiny bit here in Colombia. It's only +1 possible by now, because everything else is maxed out. Mexico is maxed out, Canada is maxed out. Nothing we can do there. Long term, I of course want to take over Egypt and then build the nation here, but India has prevalence here. And yeah, not 100% sure how to solve all this. But we are slowly retaking India. When this is done, we can decide what else to do. We're also building more shipyards around Earth and Mars. So we do have 2 big shipyards here with 4 each under construction around Earth. And we do have 1 shipyard under construction at Mars with only 3 in this case. And I'm also making a station here in L1 between Sun and Mars, because this L1 will be our new mirror station long term. And then we can get rid of a few mirror stations here around Mars. That's the rough idea. Of course, long term, we could decide to go into the research university. That will cost 2 mission control and a lot more resources, which also would mean that we need to make the manufacturing complex. That's a lot of research we would need to invest to do this. I'm not 100% sure if it's worth it. So I don't know. By the way, I also tried to bribe the resistance here for its sites. That didn't work. So when my fleet on Earth is a bit bigger, then I'm going to risk it to take over these sites, both from the Academy as well as from resistance. Oh, the resistance is down to 1 ship, so that's maybe not a problem anymore. But yeah, we have to break all our pacts with the resistance to do this. And it was also, that's the problem here, would also break the whole space economy of the resistance, which I don't want to. So maybe the other solution that we could do and try is to design a ship here, a marine ship, a new one. Probably a frigate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Yeah, I like the frigate. It costs 2 control points. Mission control. Corvette. I think the Corvette is better. It's also cheaper and faster. Yeah, these will be lighter and therefore it's better. So we can put in here Marines. Then we put the grid drive in there. We put the best reactor that we currently have available. That's the generation 4. The radiator. And then some armor, which we don't use. And I'm not sure if we actually want to put a weapon in there. How about this? The Vipers are only 35 tons, so that's okay. Yeah, then we have 1.5 tons, 1,500 tons dry mass of the ship. The prices are okay. And we have a marine strength of 12. And now we can, for example, let's do an example transfer here. From... Yeah, let's say we build them on our new shipyard. And then we go to this protectorate base here. Something like this. Let's see. 43 weeks. Wow. Wow, 41 week. Is that a KPS problem, or is that... That's not a KPS problem. It's an acceleration problem. 29 weeks is the least we can do. Now, it goes down when we make the ship lighter. So 27 weeks would be the lowest for this flight. We can probably make the ship even lighter. For example, we could buy a better radiator, Tech 1. We can also just get rid of the Viper missiles. We need to see if there's a stationary fleet. We might maybe need these Viper missiles, but I'm not sure. That would make it a bit lighter. What would also help us if we upgrade the Marine Assault class here, that we have more punch for the same modules. Yeah, I think I want to get the better radiator and so on. We can call this a grid marine temporarily. This has a strength of 12. Now let's check what the tabs from the Protectorate actually have in defense. Is it told here? 1. So they are all really, really weak. No, 5. I was lying. 5. But 12 would still be enough to do this. Maybe a finished one is better, like this one. Let's see. Still 5. So as long as it's outpost core, it will be 5. Do they have a settlement by now? Doesn't look like it. No, it's all -2 here. This one is automated, or why does it only cost? Ah, it's automated, that's why. Yeah, so we're going to destroy this one though. And this one needs to go as well. Pretty soon. I mean, the other alternative is to just make a railgun ship and just bombard it too. Bombard it, yeah. So let's see, if we were to do railguns, just a simple railgun, like a rail cannon or something, can this one bombard? Doesn't tell me. I can bombard, yes. So the other option would be to just bombard the Protectorate bases to the ground. Especially if they are not finished yet. So I have to think about both options here. But I think we're going to follow one of those. The good thing is that we could make just an escort class. Like the cheapest one we can do, a gunship even. Put a ray gun on top of it and send it to bombard something. I have no idea how well that works, but who knows. So that would be possible. Let's say it's interdictor here. You auto design. We don't need this one. We don't need this. Don't need armor either. So basically, we make the ship as light as possible. 2.7 milli-Gs. We probably also, again, only need like 7 propellant tanks. 4.4 milli-Gs, 18 weeks to get there. And maybe we can even find a utility module that increases our acceleration output and so on. A lot of water, but else it's pretty cheap. Get a railgun here. And we can try this. Might work. Might work. Would be funny though. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to cut the episode here. It's a shorter one, but it was a strategic one. We have our signs up. Now it's time to prepare for the war and also contain the other factions that need containing. Like, we also want to, of course, take out the servant bases wherever they are. They just started mining, so we have to get rid of those as soon as possible. Probably take them over or whatever. What? They have 150 exotics? Crazy. But yeah. Initiative is, by the way, doing really great with 1,200 signs. Exodus, Academy, Protectorate are all doing okay. Resistance, which I'm trying to feed, is doing terrible. So maybe I shouldn't feed factions, because apparently that doesn't work. Or at least it doesn't work as I wanted. So maybe we are relying a bit more on the initiative instead. They also have the beta nations here, which is the EU. And we could try to help them expand further later. We could, for example, try to start hunting down the Protectorate. If we want to. When we take over a base from the Protectorate, we would see their counselors. We could try to get a spy in there and then organize taking out their agents to make them abandon stuff, which then maybe can be taken over by the initiative instead. Although the initiative is also at cap, but they do have already 600 points. We are only at 550, so they're even better than we are in regards to control points. Really nice. But we, of course, have 140 mission control. Yeah, this is probably the last episode, which is relatively peaceful, because I think everything will escalate very fast now. And that's not necessarily a good thing. We should upgrade this one to a settlement now. Completely forgot about my asteroid base. And that should help also with the noble income, because that's one of our main noble mines. 34 currently. So with the settlement, that would go up to around 50 to 60. Pretty good. Yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode, where we are going to continue all of this and see what the aliens will do about our escalating space program.